You spend $1,200 on a high-end, high-refresh rate curved OLED gaming monitor. You plug in the DisplayPort cable, boot up your rig, and expect pristine pixels. But sitting silently in your Windows background, without a single prompt, checkmark, or pop-up warning, a background installer was pushed directly to your operating system. Within hours, desktop pop-ups start hawking third-party antivirus subscriptions. This isn't a shady torrent or a browser hijack. It's coming from your monitor manufacturer via official Windows update pipelines. Welcome to the era where display hardware is no longer just a passive output device. It's an active monetization vector. This week, the PC hardware community erupted following investigations from independent testing outlets, most notably GamersNexus, alongside reporting from Gizmodo and TechRadar. Testing confirmed that connecting displays such as the flagship 34-inch UltraGear OLED triggers Windows 11 to quietly pull down a utility called the LG Monitor App Installer. Across repeated clean system reinstalls and dozen-plus reboots, the installer pushed pop-up promotions for McAfee security software almost every single boot cycle. Hardware enthusiasts who bought premium hardware expecting a clean, bloatware-free desktop were instead greeted by third-party ad delivery mechanics injected right at the OS level. The issue isn't just unwanted pop-up ads, it's the level of access requested. The background utility installed alongside these display drivers requests permissions for all system resources, including potential access to device activity and network telemetry. While the hardware maker issued a public response clarifying that third-party software is not installed automatically without user interaction, and that the installer does not collect or transmit personal user data, the fundamental concern remains. Windows Update was designed to keep hardware drivers stable and secure, not to serve as an ungated pipeline for promotional utilities. If a hardware maker uses automatic driver updates to push promotional utilities to your PC, do you consider that a deal breaker, or is it acceptable if it can be uninstalled? Drop your thoughts below. To understand how we got here, we have to look at the smart TV industry. For over a decade, television manufacturers have treated TV hardware as loss leaders, monetizing viewers long after the sale through home screen ads, viewership telemetry, and sponsored content channels. Now, that exact business strategy is creeping into desktop PC monitors. What made headlines even more unsettling was a recent update to Smart TV Terms of Service. In Clause 6D, covering voice recognition, users are explicitly informed that it is their responsibility to notify household members and guests that ambient conversations may be recorded by AI features, specifically citing compliance with state wiretapping and privacy laws. So, how does software get onto your computer without you clicking Agree? It takes advantage of Microsoft's automated driver staging pipeline. When you connect a new peripheral over DisplayPort, HDMI, or USB-C, Windows queries Windows Update for hardware-specific support packages. Manufacturers can bundle auxiliary desktop applications inside those driver packages. Because the package is digitally signed, Windows trusts it and executes the installation silently in the background. You never see an installer wizard, an EULA checkbox, or a choice to opt out. How did this bypass every standard software safeguard? The answer points directly to the Microsoft Store and the device metadata staging system built into Windows. When Windows pulls down support metadata for a connected peripheral, it has the authorization to pull companion applications directly from the Microsoft Store repository. Because LG registered its LG Monitor App Installer as an official companion package, the operating system treats it with built-in trust. It executes in the background without triggering user account control warnings or showing an explicit installer wizard. Microsoft's architecture, designed for convenience, is being weaponized to slip third-party marketing payloads straight onto user desktops. Now, to be fair to Microsoft and the wider hardware ecosystem, LG isn't the sole offender here. Independent investigations by hardware outlets have highlighted that other manufacturers, including Dell with its Alienware peripheral ecosystem, have historically leveraged similar automated Windows Update channels to stage proprietary control software like the Alienware Command Center. But there is a massive gulf between installing monitor color calibration controls and pushing third-party antivirus trial pop-ups on every single boot cycle. When passive hardware components start behaving like aggressive mobile adware platforms, the boundary separating professional gear from monetized bloatware collapses entirely. Fortunately, power users aren't entirely helpless. For those running Windows Pro editions, there is a workaround buried deep within the operating system architecture. By opening the local group policy editor, users can toggle on the setting to prevent automatic download of applications associated with device metadata. Alternatively, digging into your startup apps to hunt down and terminate can stop the bleeding. Let's pause for our second major community question right here. Are you willing to dig into local group policies and registry edits to clean up your OS? Or should hardware makers face strict regulatory penalties for pushing unprompted software? Let me know in the comments below. This entire controversy underscores a deeper existential crisis regarding hardware ownership in the modern digital landscape. When you purchase a $1,200 display, a high-end smartphone, or smart appliance, you expect to own the device outright. Instead, manufacturers increasingly view the physical sale merely as an initial customer acquisition cost, followed by years of continuous monetization through telemetry harvesting, home screen ads, and silent software bloat. When displays start acting as ad delivery vectors, it forces consumers to rethink brand loyalty and question whether dumb peripheral hardware is a dying breed. The LG monitor adware fiasco and the unsettling realities of modern smart TV terms of service serve as a stark warning to the tech community. Convenience should never come at the absolute expense of system transparency and user consent. Whether Microsoft chooses to close these automated metadata loopholes or hardware makers decide to dial back their monetization aggression will define the next phase of consumer tech trust. If you want to stay ahead of these hidden industry shifts, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, like and share the video, and I'll see you in the next deep dive.